If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kind of patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. And grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. You gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. You gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. You gotta grow your coins.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am the Crypto Crow, and I'll just tell you now, like if you're looking for a quick fix video, today's probably not going to be it. I'm going to discuss some stuff. I'm going to read some things, and just kind of share some thoughts on some of the things that are kind of happening right now. Obviously Bitcoin is going down again a little bit. It's already kind of broken down. Well, yeah, it's officially broken down through this support. It's probably going to go lower. Some people are talking about $5,000, this and that. I still haven't sold. I'm not messing with it. And I'm going to tell you why. And here's the thing. There are a lot of people, and I'm going to read this article, about the retail market, and if you're looking at my face, you're gonna see like I've got this thing. I was up until like 6 a.m. last night, and I just woke up at like noon today. Like I'm not happy about it. I was just, my anxiety levels have been through the roof over the past like week. Obviously with the beta launch of Crow's Nest X. And just everything else that we have going for that, just like everything that I have going on right now, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I know, and I hear it from people. I hear it from other influencers. Like, dude, how do you do it? How do you have so much going on? And I'm like, man, I don't know. I started with CRO Mining, with Crow Trader, Crow's Nest X, just all this stuff. I started all of these different projects over the past year and a half, never really, my wife told me, she's like, this is all going to come together like at the same time. She's like, it's just how things work. It's like all going to happen at the same time. And I'm like, I hope not. Well, it has. Missed you too, Ramiz. Thanks, man. At least your tax situation got worked out. Yeah, I mean, it's still a huge kick in the balls. Like, my tax bill's still crazy, but I just, it's like we figured out how we are going to manage it, and so that's good. But yeah, embrace it. I do, but man, it's really got me in such a, oh, I like your hat. Thanks, Nikki. It's all good stuff, and it's all, I feel like everything that I'm doing, like early on, like when I started my channel and I was doing well and everything was going really well, and you get into this situation where you're like, do I deserve all this? Like, what did I do to deserve all this? And you start asking yourself all these questions, like, how can I make it more worth it? How can I feel like I deserve it? And it's like, look, I'm used to a roller coaster ride. I'm used to doing really well and then not doing so well, and doing really well and not doing so well. It's like the ebbs and flows of being self-employed pretty much your entire life. And, with the crypto space and everything I had done early on, I was even talking in this influencer channel that I created. I invited a lot of the big influencers, and it's kind of a private invite only kind of deal. And there are about 130 influencers in there. And I had one guy, and he was like, you've done so much. And he's like, he was talking about how when I started my channel and how things were and how things are now. I'm so busy and all this. And I said, and he was trying to figure out like, how did I blow up? How did I get so big so quickly and all this? And I said, look, man, I think a big part of it is I never started my channel expecting to make a dime from it. I started my channel because I was learning so much and I wanted to share what I was learning. And I anxiously look forward to getting back to that. Like when I got into bot trading and then I researched all these different bots and then I settled on one and, now I have my own. And so, and it's like, I'll show you some of this. I guess as I'm kind of going through my little rambling, there is a point to this and there's some articles that I'm going to read. But crowtrader.com, this totally sounds cheesy pluggish, but, this bot ultimately does everything that I've wanted other bots to do. And, I still like Profit Trailer was really cool and I did really well with it. But it's like, Crow Trader is going to enable people to do paper trading and back testing and, explore different strategies and things like that. And, the version 2 beta is getting ready to pop. And for those of you guys that are using it, this is something that I wanted to share. So this is Misari, and I created a profile on here to get like the coin metrics because I wanted to find out what are the most volatile coins on Coinbase Pro because Crow Trader, you can trade on Coinbase Pro now and it's being like perfected and there's more stuff going on with it. But if I'm looking at like, obviously if I'm trading, I want like the most volatile coins. That's what I want to trade because that's how I'm going to improve my position. And so, and just to keep in mind, I am not actively using Crow Trader yet. I'm still not. So, this isn't like an advertisement for Crow Trader. It really isn't. But I'm just kind of showing some of the things that I'm doing to prepare because once I think this next beta version, I'm going to start using it. And then I'll start really showing people how to use it, what I'm doing with it. But I'm preparing. And so one of the things that I'm preparing is this, which is basically a breakdown of all of the coins that are available on Coinbase Pro. And like some people are using the current beta version of Crow Trader to trade. Yeah, they are. And some people are saying they're doing well with it. And because now on Binance, you couldn't use Crow Trader to trade on Binance with USD pairs for whatever reason. On Coinbase, you can. So now you're able to trade any of these. I'm pretty sure you can trade any of these against USD or USD Tether. And that's really what you have to do. You can't trade altcoins against Bitcoin. You're going to be sitting on bags forever. So, and that was one of the reasons why I stopped bot trading because nothing really that I saw enabled you to do that. And not only enabled you to do that, but to do it in a way that I felt comfortable. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to feel like I was in control of it. I want to be able to pick and fine-tune specific strategies in my bot. And that's exactly what Crow Trader lets you do, which is I think Crow Trader is going to be a front runner once things start really kicking off and turning around. And as soon as I'm using it and I'm actively generating strong profit from it, believe you me, I'm going to be all over my channel telling everybody what I'm doing. But like District OX, DNT, right now it's trading at 0.007 cents, up almost 7.5 cents in the last 24 hours. So when all the other stuff is going down, yeah, this is my buddy thing that I'm always shaping and doing. So anyway, but it has the highest volatility levels of all the other coins on Coinbase Pro. Next in line is Stellar, which a bag of Stellar for me is a good thing. EOS, which even though EOS, got what most are considering a slap on the wrist from the SEC, they're trading at $3, but they're still down almost 2.5% over the last 24 hours. But that's the third most volatile cryptocurrency on Coinbase Pro. Loom Network, which I don't have any of, but that's in fourth, and then it continues to go down. 0x, Augur, Civic. So you can basically see what the volatility profile is like for each of these projects over the last 30 days. The highest volatility projects are going to be the ones that are going to go up and down the most in price against USD, and ultimately get you into and out of trades quicker. Okay, so that's what I'm monitoring. And so, when I start using it, this is basically the list that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of the information, a lot of the stuff. You guys know how I am. Like, when I'm on it, like when my channel can get back to what I'm really good at and what I really, really enjoy, and I can I'm making money through the night, and I come on the next day and I'm able to show everybody like, hey, look what I did. This is how I made that. I cannot wait to be able to do that again. Desperately, do I want to be able to do that? What's up, Everin? Welcome from Germany. So anyway, so that's basically one of the things that I'm doing. I've got Chainwise. Chainwise is coming 36 days. I've got some calls coming to where we're gonna really start buckling down on like the staging and all of that stuff, and we're gonna get all this stuff finalized. CVG Airport is going to be the closest airport for everybody flying in for the Sharonville Convention Center. I'm pretty sure it's like stupid close to the Sharonville Convention Center as well. People have been asking me about the hotels. The Hyatt Place, there's 120 rooms. The Hyatt Place is connected to Sharonville Convention Center, so it's like right there. So I will tell everybody as well that Block Party. So originally I started using a different company, but I changed it. I changed it a little while ago, but Block Party is now handling all the tickets. They're a blockchain-based ticketing solution, and they actually sponsored the event. So I'm actually going to the P.O. box to check and see if their check is in, but they actually sponsored the event. And in essence, they're sponsoring the hotel rooms that I'm putting influencers and the speakers into. So, that's very, very generous of them. Very cool. But, they've been a big supporter. And so we're just letting everybody know what's going on there. And, I think once Chainwise has concluded, I think I'll feel a lot better, because this is definitely a load. This is something that was supposed to have been done in February. And then I pushed it to November thinking, well, the market will probably have recovered some by then. Things will be a little better. We'll get more interest from companies and so forth and so on. I'm excited about Chainwise in the sense that like so many awesome people are going to be there. And I know I get messages all the time. Like people are flying in from all over the place. So I think it's actually, and I'm starting to get the emails and stuff from the television networks and the radio stations that I've got ads that are going to be popping out on. I mean, the marketing for Chainwise is going to reach millions of freaking people. So, and keep in mind, like, this is not about, I haven't been doing a lot of marketing to the crypto space for Chainwise, because that is not really what it's about. I'm trying to reach new people that are curious, that don't know much about crypto. Because I feel like if you already know about the crypto space, you probably already know about Chainwise in one way or shape or form. And so, I'm really trying to reach new people. I want to educate new people. So, I ask, look, if you're a fan of me, if you like what Chainwise stands for, let your favorite influencers know. Get them to plug it. Have them talk about it. Get your favorite projects interested in setting up an exhibitor booth, whatever. Every little bit helps. Everything is going to, I think over the next, 2 to 3 weeks leading in, I think things are going to start really firing up for Chainwise. I really do. Awesome Miner, crowmining.com, still purring away. The rest of my miners are going to go online next week. And I'm pretty pumped about that. I think they're like 50. There were 120 left in the new batch that's going to be showing up next week. I think of those, I think like 50 of them are left. So if, I talked to Amir today. He was like, hey, man, I've got all these people. They're like, hey, I want 10 more. Hey, I want 20 more. Hold them for me. And I'm like, dude, you can't hold miners for, I'm like, because he said that he had a couple people say that they wanted more, but nothing, he hasn't heard a word from them in days. And I'm like, dude, you can't hold them for people because that's going to screw people that are ready now. And I said, people are telling you to wait and hold because they want to see where the market's going. I don't think, now some people realistically, if they're going through like Coinbase or something, those people are probably waiting for Coinbase to clear their fiat deposits, which can take a week or more in some cases. So, that could be what's going on as well. But, people that plan ahead, it's like really difficult. Is there a casino close by? Yeah, there are a lot of casinos around here anymore now. There are casinos in Cincinnati. There are casinos in Indiana. You've got the Riverboat casinos. You've got Hollywood Casino. Gosh, I don't even know the names of them all anymore, but there are like 4 or 5 casinos, I think. At least 4. So yeah, there are casinos. 2 casinos within 20 minutes. Yeah. Bro, I don't plan on getting a room when I come to Chainwise. I plan on stand up with you, politicking, and coming up with great ideas and master plans on how to execute. That's cool. I do have an idea moving forward. What's up, Jack Martin? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, my daughter is in chat. That means I can't say any bad words. Hi, honey. Love you. So my daughter, Olivia, I miss you too. And she's going to be like 6'3", people. My daughters are going to be ginormous. They're going to be just super tall. They're all beautiful. All my daughters are so beautiful, but they're going to be really tall. Their mom is really tall, and really tall for a woman. And so it's interesting watching my daughters grow up and watch them kind of pass all the boys. All right, honey, see you. What is going on with you and Matrix? I'll tell you what's going on with Matrix. I sent in information for my token swap like a long damn time ago, and they have yet to send me my tokens. And I emailed them. I've emailed them several times, and every time they're like, oh, sorry, we must have missed this. Can you send us the information again? And then I send it, and then I hear nothing. And so finally I went into their Telegram channel yesterday, and I'm like, hey, what the hell's going on? Because you guys have yet to send me my tokens from the token swap. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting to find out, like, what's the deal? Because the longer it takes, it's like I can't set, I planned on setting up a validator node, but I can't do that because they haven't sent me my tokens yet. And I'm starting to get really pissed and bothered by it. So they need to send them to me quick, because if they don't, I'm going to be on here every day warning everybody to stay the hell away. I love the project, but damn it, get your shit together, because it's been like 2 months, at least 2 months. So, yeah. Yes, Aquatos license does transfer to CrowTrader. If you have an Aquatos license, you can just paste it right into CrowTrader and it'll accept it. So here's the thing that I wanted to address. And I know I do the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do on YouTube, I guess just because I like to be rebellious. A lot of people, they have their fine-tuned videos and they have it all scripted. They're sitting there reading everything off of a notebook paper, and that's not my way. You guys know that. I like to ramble. I like to say whatever's on my mind. And yeah, that's just me. I don't script anything. I can't even watch those YouTubers, man. And some of them are really popular, and I get it, and it's good information. But, anybody can sit there and like pre-write, a 5 or 12 minute video and try to keep everything concise and use Google's algorithm and this and that. Maybe I don't get as many views as some of these guys, but they're also doing this every single day, which I am not, which I know hurts my views, hurts my numbers, but it is what it is. Do you like Chico? I don't know. I mean, every once in a while, I'll see him, like, when he does a video where he's not knocking people or shitting on people or whatever, I feel like some of his videos have been really good. But I don't watch a lot of other YouTubers. Like, I used to check out a lot of different guys. I don't have anything really against any of them. Some of them annoy me, but not because they're annoying. Like, some of them, some of them, like there's one in particular that I really like, and his videos are really educational and really, really good. But he talks so damn fast, I don't know what the hell he's saying half the time. And by the time I'm done watching his videos, I feel like I need a fucking Adderall. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this. And I had some really good chats with CoinBase. There was a video where he had DaVinci J15 on, and I really like him. I even reached out to MM Crypto. I'm like, hey, what's DaVinci's contact info? I want to reach out to him and chat with him. And he's like, oh, I need to find it. And he was kind of screwing me around. Like, I don't know. I was like really kind of surprised. He was like kind of short with me. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know. I was really taken aback by it. And I was still kind of surprised. I feel like MM Crypto just has like these TA guys on there to do a daily Bitcoin video, but he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of brings these people on, which is cool. It works for him. He's getting a lot of views. But the video with CoinBase, I thought CoinBase was really kind of shitty with DaVinci. And so I sent him some messages letting him know what I thought about it. And then he didn't really react the way I expected him to. He reacted like he actually cared. Like, you know what? Maybe you're right. And then he went back and he was asking DaVinci, and of course DaVinci's so nice. He was just like, no, everything's fine. And I'm like, dude, he's just saying that because he's super nice. He doesn't want to tell you to fuck off. Like, but we had a really good chat about it. And then I watched some of the videos after, and he just seemed to be more chill. Like, this is the way I see it. Like, when it comes to YouTube, I don't care who your favorite YouTuber is. Some of these guys pretend to know a hell of a lot more than they actually do. Some of these guys know a hell of a lot more than they pretend they actually do. And I just, I feel like there's plenty of space for everybody. I don't feel like there's ever any true reason to shit on other YouTubers, guys that are out there kind of like sniping guys and trying to like make other people look bad to try and boost their own views and all that kind of that stuff's disgusting. Like, that to me, you're just trying to sell your soul for some YouTube views, and it's just not worth it. And I don't see as much of that lately, which I think is really good. People are growing up and all that. I just think that the space YouTube should be about educating people as best you can. And that's it. Educating people as best you can. Sharing perspectives and viewpoints. But, I just, there are some newer YouTube, like, I feel like some of the I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like there's plenty of room for everybody. Will you have a wave trend indicator on Crow's Nest X at some point? I'm not sure. It may already be there. I know that we run TradingView directly into Crow's Nest X. And in the future, I'm going to be doing like a lot of this stuff. I'm going to be on Crow's Nest X when I'm doing it. So, and I'm going to be diving into that stuff probably next week or within the next week or two, because we're preparing for the STO and all that other stuff right now. We are actually filing and registering our STO with the SEC. We are not playing any games. I had a guy trying to ask me if he could invest $200,000 in the STO, but he's not accredited. I'm like, no. Like, there's a reason these laws exist, dude. Like, I would love to be able to help you out. I said, look, I don't know. I don't understand your situation. I said, you can email my lawyers. And I said, they'll handle it with you. I said, but there's no way to get around accreditation. You're either accredited or you're not. There's just not much you can, as much as I would love to just be like, oh, absolutely, just send me cash in a bag and we'll get you in. It just doesn't work that way. And nobody in their right mind is going to risk it all for this little investment or that little investment. All right. So here's the thing. So I'm going to get to this proposal to ban Bitcoin and crypto derivatives advancing in the UK. And I saw another article recently about they're trying to make it really difficult to use crypto in California. And I think this is where it starts. And I think this is a part of, seeing this kind of thing is a part of why I feel that some people are just shit selling. They're like, oh gosh, another one. Oh gosh, oh no, oh shit. Oh, I got to get out while I can. Ignorance, man. Ignorance. So, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, is reportedly close to deciding whether to ban derivatives trading of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. A proposal is already on the table, and the regulator is expected to make its decision early next year, reports The Economist. The FCA says it has an obligation to protect retail investors and estimates people in the UK lost $492 million using crypto derivatives during the crypto crash in early 2018. Although crypto assets are an extremely risky investment, don't know, Jackie Hatfield on the derivatives of the international law firm Oric says there's no legitimate reason to single out the derivatives trading of digital assets. This is a knee-jerk reaction. Crypto derivatives are just as risky as other derivatives. Overall, it's like some of these people are trying to just start banning crypto trading and this and that. We believe that the FCA has not provided sufficient evidence to justify the proposed ban. Through its consultation, the regulator makes little attempt to genuinely evidence its claims and instead cherry-picks data sets in order to illustrate its perception of crypto assets and the perceived harm the FCA believes these products cause. Bitcoin's recent drop on September 24th from 97.34 to 84.04 coincided with a cascading liquidation of longs on crypto derivatives exchanges. Yeah. So that's happening. Now, market commentary, short-term shakeout as BACT suffers. Now, this article isn't even really about BACT, and it's not even the point of why I'm bringing this article up to you guys. Because the thing is, and I've said this time and time again, and like, look, I know that as of right now, I could probably sell my Bitcoin and probably buy back in cheaper. All right? Not going to bother. Every time you make a trade like that, the tax ramifications are a pain in the ass. I just went through all this shit already. I mean, sorting through when you bought this and when you sold that and all this other stuff. And like, look, I know there's like coin tracking, which I use, but it's not that accurate. It's not as accurate as you need it to be. So then you have to go in and clean up certain things because it doesn't take certain things into account. And it's just, I pulled my hair out for weeks, you know, with my accountant and everybody going through all my stuff to make sure that my taxes were accurate. And it was like, I cried. I mean, you know me, but I was like, seriously, I was concerned. I was like, I'm a worrywart, man. Like, I worry. Maybe I worry too much. Like, one of my partners was like, dude, he's like, you're great because I don't worry about anything. You worry about everything. He was like, you're the yin to my yang. And I'm like, cool, but that's not good for me. And it's not good for my health. But it's just, I'm learning that just kind of how to adjust how I am in this space so that I'm not, it's just everything is made into like such a convoluted mess of shit that very few people want to deal with unless they're doing big numbers. Only then is it really worth it. And in most cases. And so I think that here's the thing. Too many people have gotten into the crypto space without a complete and full understanding of what crypto is. And because of that, they're panic selling at all the wrong times. And there's a certain mentality. That's why they call it dumb money. Like, the whales profit from you. Some of you, I'm sure, that are watching right now, still love you. This is just a fact. So many people buy in as they're chasing candles, and then when it starts to go down, they sell at a loss. Like, oh, that trade didn't work out for me. Guys and gals, that is not the name of the game. Okay, this is about accumulation right now. This is about a new era of technology. Okay, this isn't just about getting the quick buck. It's really not. It's this is about holding for the next year or 10, depending on what your situation's like. This isn't about, oh, I watched this YouTuber tell me how to make trades. Oh, I'm going to go try it. And I'm going to buy in. I'm going to chase this candle up. And then the second it dips, I start selling and I panic. That is how these whales are making so much money. And they're using dumb money to accumulate more and more and more, especially in this market. This is how it looks. This is exactly what it looks like. When dumb money gets scared and starts to sell off into the hands of those that know better. And I'm telling you guys, it's so a report published by Coinmetrics provided valuable insight into the late September fall, analyzing the metric of realized capitalization, which assigns value to Bitcoins according to their last on-chain movement. Coinmetrics was able to pinpoint which cohort of Bitcoin holders participated the most in the recent sell-off. Let's take a look. Number of Bitcoin by price at time of last on-chain movement on September 29, 2019. 63% of Bitcoin had unrealized gains and 37% had unrealized losses. So there's a little chart showing it all right there. As evidenced by the graph above, the majority of Bitcoins have been acquired at lower values than current price. Capitulation among the participants in the 2017 bull run is nearly complete, with very few Bitcoins left that were bought for more than $13,000. So basically what they're saying is that the people that bought in at the height have pretty much already left the market. Like those Bitcoins have been sold back basically at a loss. A strong peak around the $3,000 to $4,000 level seems to show that many people correctly called the bottom in 2018, and few of them sold so far. Good. Some of these could include early birds from 2017 as well, though given how much time has passed, they're likely to be only a small percentage. Coinmetrics notes that the majority of recent selling came from those who bought at the June and July peaks between 10 and 12,000. These traders were most likely geared towards the short term, and as it became clear that their positions would not break even, they moved to cut their losses en masse. Can I leg kick you, please? Just one time. This is people that are trying to buy into the space to turn a quick buck because of the volatility of Bitcoin, but they're doing it all wrong. If the majority of the people doing this stupid shit did the exact opposite of what they think they should be doing, they would probably be at profit. I mean, first of all, Bitcoin is about the long game, in my opinion. Now, again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy on YouTube, okay? But I am holding, and accumulating. I'm not worried about the volatility right now. And I don't worry about it because I believe in the future of this technology. I believe in the future of this space. I am not trying to swing trade at the moment. I believe that the more I accumulate today, when Bitcoin and everything does turn around, which I am very confident it will, because even though some of these different companies or states or countries or whatever are talking about banning, derivatives trading of crypto assets and so forth and so on, I do not believe in my heart that Bitcoin will ever be canceled or cut off or closed down. It's an impossibility. If anything, in some cases, if governments were to try and actually ban the use and trade of Bitcoin, I'm telling you, like it's what the government would like to. So here's the thing. If they actually tried to do that, what would happen? Okay, Bitcoin trading would ultimately end up going back underground for the most part, but its value will continue to rise because and if anything, what would happen is rather than the governments adopt this technology and figure out how to utilize it in a mature, intelligent manner, But let's face it, our governments are very rarely ever smart. What our governments typically do is what serves them or what serves those with money, what serves those with power, because they are incentivized in so many different ways to contain that and maintain that control. I mean, we as people are ultimately looked at as sheep, and that's it. We're looked at as like battery cells in the Matrix. Like, that's truly what we're viewed as. And so, it's I don't see them ever being able to really stop Bitcoin. They need to embrace it. They need to embrace this technology. If anything, they need to just start tokenizing their fiat and start figuring out how to become part of the system instead of trying to fight it. Because by trying to fight it, they're further empowering the revolution that this technology ultimately is. And that's the whole point of its existence. That's what inspired its creation. So, it's just, it's all silliness. But the overall bullish sentiment seems not be changing among those who entered the market at lower prices. These owners represent long-term holders with a strong long-term conviction in Bitcoin. Approximately 11.46 million Bitcoin belong to this cohort, reported Coinmetrics. Despite the extreme market movement, these holders have remained resolute in their market views. Only 150,000 of the 11.46 million Bitcoin were seen to have moved on-chain. Derivatives amplified the strength of the fall. Coinmetrics went on to analyze volatility figures for Bitcoin, which appear to largely follow cyclic feedback cycles. Low periods of volatility are typically followed by high periods of volatility because under an environment of low volatility, traders extrapolate this state to the future and take on more risk in the form of borrowing or the use of leveraged instruments. That's what's getting people. They're trying to leverage this stuff. Declining price volatility environment created ripe conditions for large market movement. Derivatives exchanges such as BitMEX tend to exacerbate the natural price cycles, according to Coinmetrics. As prices begin to move, margin calls and forced liquidations tend to reinforce the direction of the initial move, exaggerating the magnitude of the move and normalizing the level of volatility, analysts wrote. The same phenomenon works in reverse. When volatility is high, risk-taking is reduced, eliminating this feedback loop. Thus, volatility exhibits mean reverting behavior. And then there's, talk about Backed. I don't really give Backed too much of anything right now. I think it's going to take time for Backed to really accomplish much of anything. It's just the way the market is right now. But overall, it's the idea is that, if you're a newcomer, you should never be trying to do any kind of leverage trading, period. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You're going to lose. Especially when the market volume is so low, it's that much easier for somebody with a significant higher reserve or just generally more capital than you. It's a lot easier for them to manipulate what's going on in those leverage trades. You're a sitting duck, and there isn't anything you can do about it. And whether you're leveraged long or leveraged short, it doesn't really matter. They're going to get you at some point. And that's why I haven't tried it. I see all these YouTubers promoting ByBit. Man, I wouldn't touch ByBit. Like, I'm not about, they say, oh, just use our code and join our ByBit account or whatever the hell they're doing. And just use your bonus money. Well, to get the bonus money, you have to transfer like 0.2 Bitcoin or 0.02 Bitcoin or whatever the hell it is just to get that bonus, and then you lose it. Like, I would love to, if you watch this video and you took up people, I would love to know how many of you have joined ByBit using some of these promo codes and actually profited. Now, I shouldn't ask that because I'm a bunch of you guys that are like full of shit are going to post, like, you got to be able to prove it. But I want to know, like, who's actually doing leverage trading right now and doing well because of that? I highly doubt many people are, because it's just not a game for
from your channel.
It's just not a game for your typical retail investor. It's just not. It's like, to me, going onto these kinds of leveraged exchanges, it's like going to a craps table or going to a roulette table and be like, okay, I'm putting $50 on black. All right, cool. Maybe you win. You probably won't. And that's just the way that is. All right, let's look at chat. Looks like Cardano is in discussion. All right, let's see what's up. At Crypto Crow, still bullish on Cardano. Do you see 50 cents by 2020? Am I still bullish on Cardano? That's like asking a fish if he still likes to drink. Yeah, I'm still bullish on Cardano. I'm waiting for we've got a couple months left until the end of the year. Still waiting for proof of stake to launch. Still waiting for smart contracts. And I'm still waiting for Charles to let me know whether or not he's confirming for Chainwise in November, damn it. Yeah, I still love Cardano. Even if Charles doesn't love me. I don't know what's going on. Our bromance seems to have fizzled. I think maybe I've gained a few pounds and he just no longer loves me anymore. I'm not really sure what's happening. But someday I hope he comes back to me. Bitcoin is old, Cardano is better. Look, yeah, as a technology, Cardano I'm sure is significantly better than Bitcoin, but that's not really the point. Bitcoin is never going anywhere. Bitcoin is store of value. It's not about, overall use case at this point. Bitcoin is where, if I've got, 20 different altcoin positions, or I'm using this dApp on this blockchain, or I'm using this application on this blockchain, like whatever the case may be, and I decide that I want to get out of that position for whatever reason, I'm going to put it into Bitcoin. That's ultimately what store of value is. Like, let's say I've got Cardano, you know what I mean? And I decide, well, for whatever reason, I'm going to get out of Cardano for a little while. Maybe I think Bitcoin's going to rise up faster than Cardano does, or whatever is happening. Then I'm likely going to store that value in Bitcoin. I'm less likely going to store it in Tether or USD or something like that. But ultimately, it depends on the market. So overall, the more people that are in the space, the more people that have bought into Bitcoin or altcoins for that matter, I mean, in the grand scale of things, the more people that are involved, the more difficult it is for people to manipulate the price action on exchanges and things like that. We need to get more Bitcoin into the hands of more people. And that's the thing, because people are generally just ignorant, and I don't mean that as an insult. I'm ignorant about a lot of things, but because the general public is just overall ignorant to what the technology is, what it means as a use case, what it means as a disruptor in just about everything, because people are just buying in on, oh, I saw this YouTuber talk about Bitcoin and how he made it, this much money in a week. I guess I'll try it. And then they fail and then they get out of it. It's because people are inherently lazy. And so people aren't, when I first discovered it, my very nature is to dive in head first, learn as much as I possibly can, and really get my head wrapped around everything. And I'm still learning. There's still so much that I don't know. There's also a lot that I've already forgotten. So I'm always learning new things. The best part of Alzheimer's is you meet new people every day. I don't have Alzheimer's, but I feel like I do sometimes. We are sheep to them. They own us. They only own those that sell into them. Crow, how can you condemn ByBit, yet you had an altcoin investing service back in late 20... Look, that's just being a troll. Look, I am still bullish on altcoins. This isn't about investing in altcoins. This is about leveraged trading. This is about somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, trying to leverage, whatever they have on a trade that's so volatile and that is so controlled by people with so much more money than them. Let me put this into perspective, Troll. If I'm telling all of you guys to go out there and invest, 0.2 Bitcoin into a leveraged trade, and you decide to get ballsy with it and you go 50x leverage or whatever the hell it is on your little tiny trade, and then somebody with like 50 Bitcoin goes in and wipes out that entire market, and you basically lost all of it because you went leverage. I don't understand how you can even defend that, because you know that's exactly what happens pretty much day in and day out. I don't understand it. Not even gonna. Why Chico Crypto hates Charles Hoskinson? I didn't believe in Cardano project. I watched his video. Got demove. I'm not sure what that is. Bro, watching your video about the Crypto VN indicator, I found a combo of free indicators on TradingView that gets you really close to Market Cipher. I didn't just delete them. I just hit them entirely. Like to me, that a question like that is just trollish. We need more reliable P2P exchanges. Look, I mean, yeah, I think so, but I mean, that's going to be difficult, you know. I mean, P2P exchanges, that sort of thing. I mean, look, with the way regulations are and with the way all that stuff works out, like, you can't even really call something an exchange. Like Crow's Nest X, that's Crow's Nest Experience. It's not Crow's Nest Exchange, because it's a digital asset management platform. It's not an exchange. So, and I'm learning all this from my lawyers. They're like, oh, you can't say exchange because that creates problems. Pro, will your digital asset management platform offer Monarch tokens? Maybe at some point in the future. I don't know. I have, like, in the very immediate future, I have no plans on adding anything. There are a lot of coins and projects that I'd love to support and add on the platform, but I'm not even mapping that out just yet. Yeah, I'm learning like what I can say, what I can't say. It's you know, we are dealing with all these exchanges selling futures without the coins. Well, I'm not even touching any of that stuff. I have no interest in it. And I know that a lot of these exchanges are making fortunes doing all that stuff. That's just not me. It's not what I'm about. More power to people. You know, the one thing that I've definitely learned is that, like, so many people in finance are just some nasty people, man. Like, I understand more and more why there are regulatory bodies like the SEC. Like, I'm so totally getting it. I've had so many people. I mean, it's kind of disgusting. Like, it's real. Like, can't even begin to explain it to you. And I feel like I'm just putting my feet in the pond. And it's like the kind of people that you get exposed to and the kind of people that reach out to you and just how they are, just their kind of nature. It's like they'll sell their own mother it's just, and some people are so, oh God, there's just a lot of nasty people in the finance world. And the thing that's even more scary is that the people that control so much of the finance world, you're talking generations of, like, how nasty does a certain mentality get over generations? Not only that, but actually having the power, actually having the resources to do whatever the hell they want. That's some scary shit. Like, seriously, that's some scary shit. All right. Well, I'm sure you can make it happen with Crypto Beetles and some scotch. That's his weakness. That's mine too. He sent me a bottle of Blue Label for my birthday last year. Yeah, I'd love to support. No, Crow's Nest is not about futures. I'd love to support Monarch. I'm a big supporter of Monarch. I love what Beatles does. I think of all the projects out there, he's one of the few that is constantly out there pushing, branding, building use case, building partnerships, doing so much. So look, I love Beatles. I love what he's doing, and when the time comes, I love to support it. It's just not right this minute. So that's it for now. Ooh. Yeah, there's a total difference in investing in altcoins and then investing in stuff at leverage. If you buy an altcoin, you hold it, when the market comes back, you can still do well. You're doing leverage trading and it goes bad, you lose it, period. Like that's just it. You lose it. It's just a totally different game. So I don't know. That really bothered me. So yeah, I had to get rid of him. Beatles is a machine. He absolutely is. Please don't go. Love you too, man. I love you, Chris. Can you talk about Cardano a little bit? Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know. Like, Charles is not responded to me. I don't know what exactly. I was looking. He hasn't done any surprise AMAs. I'm not privy to any recent announcements. So I would love to talk more about Cardano, but I've talked about it incessantly for a year and a half, and I'm just waiting like everyone else. I'm waiting on all the updates. Staking is supposed to be coming, as well as smart contracts. What's the point of cryptos if we use centralized exchanges, Crow? Might as well stay with the old system. No, that's not really it. I will say that, the way that the governments are able to control the use of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies overall is that everybody's worried about its fiat value. Everybody's concerned with how much is my Bitcoin worth in American money or Chinese money or whatever. And at the state of affairs currently, that's what matters most. It's people are using this asset as a way to improve their fiat position. And until mass adoption is truly started to pick up and you're able to use your Bitcoin and the millions of altcoins that are out there, thousands really, until people are actively able to use these on a consistent level for things that they care about day in and day out, and that helps Bitcoin continue to rise. Look, the altcoin market is not dead. I think that it's likely we're going to see potentially another big dip in the altcoin market prior to the end of the year as people sell. I do expect to see, if it hasn't, I know that a lot of it has happened already, but, I was talking to one of my partners and we were discussing this, and I'm like, yeah, he's like, we're probably going to see, another bit of a dump as people sell before the end of this year so that they can take those losses. And then they're going to buy back into stuff at the beginning of the new year once everything is settled. And then hopefully everything will start rising up. And I agree. I think it's a big possibility. So, we'll see how that pans out. I expect the altcoin market, I know that a lot of that has already happened. Like, people have already sold to get those losses for the next year's taxes and things like that. A lot of people have already done that. The problem is that, those losses, depending on your situation, you're only able to claim up to a certain amount of losses for taxes. So, on a large scale, I don't think it's as beneficial. And don't quote me on this. Talk to your tax people. But I don't even, it might be 15,000 in the US. I'm not even 100% sure. I don't remember, even though we just went through a lot of this. 3K, yeah, 3,000 a year. I guess that might be it. Again, double check with your tax professional. But, it's not much. So if you're a small holder, then maybe it benefits you a little bit. But if you're a substantial bag holder, I don't see a lot of the benefit. Because all you're really doing is you're going to try and rolls over to following years. Yeah, that's true. And maybe it'll help you against your capital gains later. But to me, I get your point, Crow. Adoption needs to come first. Do we then bring out decentralized apps for everyone to switch to? I think we'll be well into staying with the old system that way. Yeah, I forgot I was rambling. When I start rambling about all kinds of random stuff, and it's probably time for me to stop. I as far as exchanges are concerned, I don't necessarily, Bro, I can listen to you all day long. That's funny. Thanks, man. As far as exchanges are concerned, you know, my exchange is centralized. It's not a decentralized exchange. And there are pros and cons to a decentralized exchange operation. You know, some of these exchanges claim to be decentralized, but they're really not, you know? And so I don't necessarily think that a decentralized, here's the thing. The cryptocurrency space overall has been built on the idea of disrupting the current financial system. That I get. But it's become a fad. It's become a tagline. It's become everything has to be decentralized. Like pretty soon we're going to start seeing, you know, Budweiser, decentralized for your flavor. Like whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, obviously that doesn't even relate. But the idea is that everybody wants to throw decentralized into the name of something or into their business model to try and claim something because that's the newest, biggest thing. When in reality, there's so much of this stuff that's not actually all that decentralized. And so, you know, for me, I think that the idea of a decentralized exchange to some degree is overrated because let's face it, we need some ability to police the system. I mean, we do. You know, it's like I'm learning there are so many bad actors in finance, whether that's just your regular finance or your crypto finance or whatever. We need people with the power to police these crooked bastards like we do. Like I could only imagine if some of the people that I know are out in the world were able to run rampant and do whatever they wanted. I'm telling you, there would be no financial market. We need these people to police things. And when you're talking about a decentralized exchange, I feel like to some degree you're kind of begging for problems. And I don't know. I'm conflicted. BTC is a fraud. I don't think so. Real decentralization. And the bad actors. Isn't that the point of crypto tech? Yes, to some degree. The ability to be able to send something of value from any point in the world to any point in the world without having to pay some corrupted, greedy banking institution cartel. Yeah, that's great. That's extremely powerful. The ability to run, you know, applications in an immutable blockchain and have it kind of in a sense police itself through consensus and things like that. Yes, that's all good. But when you're talking about an exchange type platform, I'm not sold on a decentralized exchange being the end all be all. But that's just me. And I, you know, and I'm still learning about kind of that side of things. Maybe I'll really start diving deeper into the decentralized exchange type arena and better understand it so that I can speak more clearly on it. BTC will never be universally accepted until it is regulated. Banks won't take that risk. There you go. That's a very big truth. However, the idea of Bitcoin as a overall, like I believe that it's very possible. Like if you saw my recent video with Bitcoin stock to flow and all that, Bitcoin could very easily be $10 million a coin in someday in the future. And when that day comes, we're not going to be worried about fiat anymore. And the only reason why regulatory bodies have any say or control over what's happening in the cryptocurrency space is because we have to cash out into fiat in order to establish use with it. Sure, you can buy a Lambo at a particular car dealership using Bitcoin directly, but even they are using custody solutions and different providers to then convert that Bitcoin directly into fiat for their own accounts and their books and their taxes and so forth. So while you might be able to buy something with Bitcoin right now, it's still almost always converted back into fiat. And until that's no longer a need, that's it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off because I'm just kind of rambling and I've got all kinds of other stuff to do today. But I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks for joining me. Grow your coins.